Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Newcomb. We're halfway through the work week. We now have a verdict in the case of a man who was charged with having dangerous weapons in his jail cell while he was already serving time for a murder conviction. On Tuesday, a jury in Ward County found Shawnee Krall guilty of 2 felony counts of possession of a weapon by an inmate. Krall faces up to 20 years in prison on the most serious charge. He was previously convicted for murder in the death of Alice Carrero, which happened in 2020. Krall is currently appealing that conviction to the state Supreme Court. He will be back in court for his sentencing this case in January. Also, right now, more than 6,000 adults are on probation across the state. Instead of sitting in prison, they live in our communities under supervision. On average, each officer supervises about 60 to 65 people statewide, but national experts say 50 is a safer number for high-risk cases. So here in Bismarck, Officer Kenneth B. Easy, who handles only sex offender cases, usually works with about 30 to 35 people. Nearly half of the new prison admissions last year came from people revoked from probation or parole. And the state's 3-year recidivism rate is about 40%, meaning almost 4 in 10 people released from prison return within 3 years.
We're not the only ones that they're working with. They're working with treatment providers, different stakeholders in the community. So it's kind of, they sink or swim. That's kind of harsh to say, but as long as we're showing a little bit of empathy and working on some of their risk and need areas, to hopefully they can make that decision to make some changes in their lives.
Lawmakers passed reforms back in May aimed at reducing including ending monthly supervision fees and expanding treatment alternatives. Now, the goal is to ease caseloads for officers and lower that 40% repeat rate so more people succeed on probation and fewer end up back in prison. We have more over at kxnet.com. Also, anyone who drove by and stopped at Oak Park might have found themselves in a little bit of a pickle, if you know what I mean, but not necessarily in a bad one. The Minot Farmers Market hosted its Pickalicious contest and party on Tuesday afternoon. There are 2 age divisions and 4 categories in this afternoon's competition, as well as People's Choice decorated jar contest and prizes for all of the winners. These pickles are judged based on their appearance, color, flavor, and texture, meaning this competition is anyone's to win if their pickle game has what it takes.
Pickles are a great way for our producers to get those cucumbers, both the slicers and the picklers. And we like to bring our community in, and so we invited all the pickle makers to bring us their best pickle, traditional, non-traditional, sweet and spicy.
The Minot Farmers Market, which hosts plenty of other outdoor events and contests like these, is open 3 times a week through the end of October. Let's get a quick of the check forecast with Andre. Andre, good morning.
And good morning to you too, Chance. And looking here in the capital city, we are really starting to see that rainfall come on down, and there has been some lightning detected on our current KX cam as well. And guess what? The temperature is at 64 degrees with winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. But as we head into Dickinson, we're also continuing to see that light to moderate rainfall this morning too, and this is just going to kind of continue over the next couple of hours or so. Now, looking ahead, folks, we're going to continue to see the rain chances throughout our Wednesday. Also, we're going to be watching for those slightly cooler temperatures for the day on Wednesday as well, and we're going to be watching for those chilly temperatures as we get into the late portion of this week. Now, what is driving all this? Well, we have this area low pressure that's centered to our south, and we have an area of high pressure that's located to our west there, and both of these forces combined is going to allow for the humidity and rain chances kind of continue to progress throughout our viewing area. So that's something that we're going to be watching very closely here. And looking at our current storm team radar, our storm team radar is showing that locally heavy rainfall band between the capital city and also there in Dickinson as well, along the I-94 corridor, and also some light to moderate rainfall in our southern tier counties. But as we dive in a little deeper, places like Richardson is still seeing that rainfall. Glen Ullin and New Salem is really getting in on that heavier rainfall, and also here in the capital city we're watching for that locally heavy rainfall as well. Even near Washburn is a little bit on the lighter side of that rain, and even outside of Beulah we're seeing some of that rainfall too, and we will continue to see that over the next couple of hours. Now, as far as our precision cast is concerned, it's kind of underdoing the rainfall this morning, but it gives us an idea of what is going to happen throughout the day today, with that rain bands continuing to swing on in as our area low pressure continues to gather strength towards our south and our east, and that's going to progress throughout the day today and into the overnight hours as well, and into our Thursday morning. And again, locally heavy rainfall is quite possible at times. Now, as far as the amount of rainfall we are expecting throughout the day today, we're expecting around 1/4 to 1/2 inch on average, but however, according to an NDAWN rainfall gauge near Dickinson, we have seen near 1 inch of rainfall, so those locally higher totals are quite possible in some locations, so that is something to really keep in mind here. Now, as far as our current temperatures, our temperatures right now are mainly in the 50s and the 60s, and even a cool 48 degrees there in the great city of Watford City. And throughout the day today, we're going to be seeing those temperatures climb up into the mid 60s to mid 70s, so it's going to be cooler than what we were seeing yesterday. We were seeing some upper 70s and low 80s, but today it's going to be a little bit of a far cry what we were seeing. And once we get into tonight, temperatures will drop on down into the 50s, so it's going to be a mild night in store for us here. And as we head into our Thursday, we're going to see those temperatures drop even further into the 50s and the 60s, so bring out those fall sort of attire, if you will. And that same thing goes here for our Friday as well, so make sure you have the things that you need in order to stay warm out there. Now, looking here in Williston, we will see those conditions improve as we head into the weekend, and also we'll see temperatures increase into the 70s during this time period, so that is something to really be excited for. Looks like Chance is going to be loving that. And once we get into Dickinson, we're going to be seeing those rain chances continuing through our Friday, but then improving as we head into our Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. And now looking here in the Magic City, we're going to be seeing 70s today, 60s tomorrow, and 60s will continue into our Friday, and then we'll see the 70s return as we head into the weekend, into early next week, as we say goodbye to summer and hello to fall. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too. So Chance, have that umbrella on hand today.
For everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Stickland. We'll see you tomorrow, and let's make it a great one.